What's up, everyone? It is Joe, aka the DeFi Crypto King, or DCK for short. Today, I have to bring to you guys an announcement. I have some unfortunate news. I know this isn't a joke, and yes, I'm not gonna lie, what I'm about to talk about today may include quite a bit of FUD, but I promise it's justified, and I promise I will give my honest and most transparent thoughts and why what I'm about to talk about with you today isn't exactly exciting. But nonetheless, let's get into today's video, and I am excited to bring it to you guys and share this with you. So with that being said, make sure you click the thumbs up button, throw down a comment below if you really like this video, and don't forget to subscribe as well. It really helps me out. It goes a long way, as I'm someone who takes my own personal time out of the day to create these videos. Anyways, that being said, let's get into it. So today we're going to be talking about DeFira. DeFira is actually launching their heroes in about a month or so. They actually released an announcement, let's see, April 1st. And no, at first I thought it was an April Fool's joke, as a variety of crypto Twitter was shilling a bunch of jokes, as well as even projects that I follow were posting jokes and stuff. But unfortunately, that is not the case here. And I say unfortunately because this news isn't my favorite. But with that being said, let's kind of get quickly into DeFira here real quick. One sec. Okay, and we are good to go, I hope. Actually, sorry. Bam, I think that's it. Hopefully we're good to go. If not, I might have to cut that part out. So now I'm going to pretend as if that previous part was cut out, but I don't think it will be, but we'll see. So that being said, this is DeFira. I've talked about this project before. It's actually one of my first public videos that I posted on my YouTube channel. If you're part of the Logical Crypto group and you're watching this, you know that I've talked about DeFira in private webinars as well. So there's that. Long story short, though, we have the game, the docs, and the swap. So I'm gonna break this down for you guys who aren't familiar with the project. DeFira is pretty similar to DeFi Kingdoms. It's actually a project I personally invested in. And within, I think, the first 4 to 5 days, I actually 3x'd my money. I completely de-risked my portfolio and took a little bit of profits. And so I have a completely free bag of money invested into this project. So currently, that's kind of the situation I'm coming from and approaching this with, okay? I just want you guys to keep that in mind. As far as the game side goes, this is basically taking you to the game, and I'll show you that right here, which is basically, DeFira is a DeFi, a GameFi project, which is a gamified DeFi protocol. So when you enter in, it's kind of going to show it similar to, whoops, let me mute this because it's going to distract me. It's going to show you like a gaming looking platform. But basically, if you're familiar with DeFi Kingdoms, it's the same. In the marketplace, you can find the DEX where you can, the decentralized exchange, where you can swap one token for another. And the farm is kind of where you go for the LP, liquidity provider pools, so LP pools, and bank. There's a variety of different DeFi functionality to this. Real quick, I'm not going to really focus too much on this, so I'm kind of just going to exit out, but I wanted to show you guys this just for the sake of the video. And then if you go to the swap, this is more of like your traditional DeFi project site. So instead of having the gamified look, you have the more traditional look here. So this is just kind of, oops, I clicked in the game again. This kind of show you, so like this is a swap, this is where you would manage your LP pool tokens if you have any. So you can either add or you can manage current ones and add to those. As you can see, the farms, don't get distracted by these APRs. I'll talk about that in a second here. But you can see the pairs that you can do to earn these APRs. You go to the bank. This is actually pretty cool. So before DeFira was launched, the people in charge of the project created a protocol on Harmony called Tranquil Finance. Tranquil Finance is DeFi as well. We'll get into that in a little bit. And then, you have this section here, which this is more of a like staking mechanism. So like if you're familiar with staking a single token, so not having to do an LP pair, This is kind of what they have. They two functionalities to this. So currently staking any liquid DeFira tokens will get you sealed DeFira and the like. And again, if you're looking for more background on this project, you can watch the first video on my YouTube channel where I kind of go into that. I think near the halfway or like 3/4 mark of the video. It's pretty long, but trust me, it's worth it. Anyways, let's get into it. So I didn't want to talk too much about this. In fact, let's go back right here. Let's go to this. So I take it back. Let's go to Discord. So in Discord, Yamcha, who is one of OX Yamcha, who is one of the front end developers for this project, he released this on April 1st, 2022. My opinion, and he released this at 6:20 p.m. my time. So something to keep in mind is I don't think he should have released this on April 1st. Many people like myself thought, you know, he's trolling, what have you, but this was a legit article. Okay, so that's something I want you guys to know. And he says, we just published, hey DeFirians, we just published an important update about our upcoming and highly anticipated X-Trank unlock. And this is the most important part, Genesis Hero Mint events. Please take a look at this article and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have in our upcoming AMA. And then he posts a link to the article. Here I have the article. Like I said, April 1st is when it was released. It's a 4-minute read. So if you want to take a look and read at it, you can. But if you just want to get a quick breakdown of what's really the most important, you can just continue watching this video. So first and foremost, if you have X-Trank unlocked, or X-Trank locked, or you have been invested in this project already, I'm not going to cover this part of the article. I'm mostly focusing on Genesis Hero mints. Genesis being like, you know, kind of like the Bible, the biblical term Genesis, the beginning. So Genesis 0 means like the first set of heroes. First and foremost to note is this is what they say. DeFira's Genesis heroes are the initial batch of heroes to bootstrap the game world's hero economy. I'm going to tell you what this means. When they say the term bootstrap the game world's hero economy, what they're essentially saying is this is how we're raising money to continue building the hero economy out in DeFira. And the reason why they say this in particular, let's see if I can pull this up. Let's go to the docs because this is important. So if you look at this, this is the founding team. This is something to be aware of. And I knew about this going into the project, but I thought there would be some improvement here. But as of right now, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's 4 people running this project. Okay. That's not a lot of people, even for crypto. A lot of these successful projects, DeFi Kingdoms included, have a team, a plethora of developers, a plethora of marketing people, XYZ. Now, I completely understand that DeFira is a newer project, smaller team and whatnot, and I respect that. But just something for you guys to keep in mind. Bootstrap the game world heroes economy. Here's an important part. Unlike heroes of subsequent generations, that means unlike heroes that are going to come out after the Genesis heroes, Genesis heroes are able to perform wishing rituals to summon new heroes without limit. If you're familiar with DeFi Kingdoms, there are the unlimited summons bar on the NFT for the hero. So that's basically what it's doing here. There's an unlimited amount of times you can use that specific hero to mint new heroes. And it says this, it says, but with a cost and cooldown. Again, if you're familiar with DeFi Kingdoms heroes and how their summoning works, it's the same process. So I'm going to assume that, or it's a similar process. So I'm going to assume that as you mint new heroes, as you summon new heroes, it's going to increase the cost over time. And also there's still going to be that cooldown period before you can mint, because they're not going to let you mint like unlimited within an hour or like 20 heroes within an hour or something like that. No, it's going to be like one hero, wait a bit, you know, maybe an hour or two. I forgot. I don't know how long it is, but anyways, and they also have a really neat article you can check out if you're wanting to read this, although I'm not going to be going over this, but you can check this out real quick. These are how they're going to look. Pretty cool. I like this. If you know me, I'm a crypto ape. So they got an ape here, Cornelius Roy. I think I'm going to change my YouTube channel to Cornelius Roy, my name. Okay. Anyways, jokes aside. So getting back into this, it says there will be a hard cap of 10,000 Genesis heroes across all chains. Okay, across all chains. So that means If you follow this project is currently launched on Harmony blockchain, and it's also launching on Mimus, not Mimus, Chronos chain, so crypto.com's chain as well. And they have already a protocol similar to Tranquil Finance, which is called Mimus. But anyways, there will be a limit of 2,000 Genesis Heroes available to mint in the land of Harmonia, the Harmony blockchain version of DeFira. So as of right now, out of that 10,000, there is 2,000 heroes going to be available for mint. And actually, let me pull out my calculator here. 2 divided by 10, 10 divided by 2. So I think it's safe to say that there's going to be 5 total blockchains that they're going to be building this game on, allegedly, because 2 times 5 equals 10. So, that's 2,000 heroes. I'm assuming 2,000 heroes per blockchain. So there's 5 different blockchains potential to launch on. I don't know if they're going to fulfill with this. This is a really new project. This is a small team, so this is a riskier play. But again, just something to keep in mind. So this is their thing. They say this. I need to read this part, even though I didn't highlight it, because it's important. They said, our philosophy for the Genesis Hero Mint attempts to prioritize dedicated believers of the project, while at the same time balancing the accessibility and distribution of the initial heroes. Here's the thing. They said their philosophy. They're going to prioritize dedicated believers of the project, right? When they said this, I'm going to take off my headphones. When they say this, essentially what this means is they're going to prioritize those who have invested heavily into the project, aka whales. All right. That's something to be mindful of. So even if you got in early in this project, you will be maybe rewarded a little bit. But here's the thing. They're going to say, while at the same time, balancing the accessibility and distribution of the initial heroes. We're going to talk a little bit about what their definition of balancing is, because we know that with a lot of projects or with a lot of PR, which this article is PR, even though it's updating you on the project, they're going to be hiding a lot of words in between the lines, or hiding a lot of language, hiding a lot of meaning in between the lines. So you got to be able to read in between the lines to understand this. It says, anyways, the vast majority of Genesis heroes will only be mintable by locked trank stakers. So let's go back here. I'm going to show you something real quick. Let's go to the swap because it's just easier to maneuver around. Let's go to the bank and let's go to this. So this is Tranquil Finance. 1 second, let me connect to this. Yep. Okay. Bam, bam. Okay. Cool. Let me share my screen again. Okay. Bam. So this is the section up here. They have markets, dashboard, trank. And this is where you're going to click. So in order, according to this article so far, the vast majority of Genesis heroes will only be mintable. The vast majority, I'm going to say like vast majority is probably like 90% of Genesis heroes will most likely only be mintable by locked trank stakers. I'm being generous with the 90%. So that means unless you have trank locked here, you're not going to be able to mint a Genesis hero, or you're going to have a lot less chance of minting a Genesis 0 hero. Okay, a Gen 0 hero. Oops, let's go back here. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, that's number 1. And then it says the Genesis hero mint will occur in 5 rounds. Keep in mind, it's doing 5 rounds of this. And it says within a fixed time window, where each subsequent round will have decreased locked trank requirements, but higher minting cost. So again, what did I mention earlier about like them rewarding whales? People who have more financial money invested into the project are going to be benefited the most. I don't actually like this system, which is why I'm not happy with this, but I'm going to keep reading this. So again, it says decreased lock trank requirements. So each round it will decrease, or it'll allow you to mint a Genesis hero but it'll have decreased lock trank requirements. But it's going to increase the mint cost of these heroes. So, you know, well, I'll just go into it because it's important. So round 1, these are the heroes, by the way. Some cool ones. These are probably Gen 0 ones, so they're gonna look dope in comparison to these are just like your normal heroes. And I could be wrong. I'm just speculating here with that. But that's something to keep in mind. Ape Central, baby. This is what we all about. Someone can make me an ape logo. I would really appreciate that. You don't have to, but that'd be pretty cool. I'd give you a shout out, of course, too. So anyways, round 1, this is going to be the most important round. And my assumption is round 1, it's going to wipe the floor. Maybe make it to round 2, but round 1, the first round is intended for the most, look at this, the most committed locked trank stakers. Well, what does that mean? Minters must have at least 50,000 locked trank staked to participate. Let's go to CoinGecko real quick. This is one of the reasons I'm pretty upset about this. Okay. 50,000. So they are expecting someone who invested $23,000 worth of trank at the current price of 46 cents is going to participate in this first round. And that's at least. This is a whale's game. I don't like this. I understand where they're going with this. I understand they need income to build this project, to build out their team and everything. But I don't think this is the wisest decision on their part, considering they're not even as well marketed as other projects like DeFi Kingdoms and other things are. Then it says this: each minter can mint a maximum of 2 heroes with a cumulative locked trank requirement. So that means you can mint 2 heroes and it will require having at least 100,000 locked trank. Again, look at this outrageous price. 100,000. Yep, that's right. So it's $46,000, 286. So $46,286 USD. But here's the caveat: if you have that much money invested in the project, each hero will cost you 0 DeFira to mint. So basically, you get it for free if you've invested either anywhere from $20,000 to $46,000. Ridiculous, in my opinion. Then it says minting is first come, first serve for all stakers who meet the requirements. And it says this round will only have 200 heroes to mint. So I actually I retract my previous statement. I said that all of the heroes would be gone probably by this point. So I guess this is what they mean by balanced. They're only allowing 200 heroes from the people who do this. But let's be real. Do you think 200 people? All right, let's not even say 2. Let's say 100 people have over 100,000 tranked locked, let alone 200 people having over 50. Probably not. There's probably a smaller pool. But anyways, they're not paying a single dime, which at least they're not paying a single dime if they've invested that much in this project. Although that is insane to me. This is a really sketchy play, in my opinion. I had no way of knowing that I'd 3x my money, even though I did, so it's like, ugh. Anyways, round 2. Round 2 will be similar to the previous round, to round 1. However, it will have a lower locked trank requirement, but higher mint price. So it's going to cost you 200 DeFira to mint if you're part of round 2. Now it says lower locked trank requirements. We don't know what that means. That can mean that instead of 50, it could be 25K locked trank. Again, 25K. I'm just jumping to assumption here because they don't provide you any ability, but that's 11.5K invested into this project. Ridiculous in my opinion. And then 200 DeFira. So let's see, we got DeFira up here. So DeFira at the current price, it's $8 according to right here. Let's see, 200 times 8. So it's roughly like $1,600 at the current $8 price for DeFira token. That is insane. $1,600 for a hero of a project that we have no way of knowing if it's actually going to be successful. We have no way of knowing if it's going to actually play out, or actually be as coveted as much as people think, especially with Crystal Veil launching and Crystal is getting ready to do their Gen 0 as well. There is a lot less desire for this. In my opinion, but again, this is kind of a very negative sentiment in my end. I'm pretty unhappy with this. Personally, I think NFTs are the most riskiest assets in crypto to purchase. It's very much so dependent upon how much someone covets it, versus a token can be traded based on someone making like a quick few bucks. So I would say tokens are more transient. NFTs are more, well, I would say tokens are more conservative. NFTs are more risky, progressive. Maybe progressive isn't the best term, but you know what I mean. Round 3. Oh, and this says other specific numbers will be based on demand and reception in the previous round. So most likely, I'm gonna be real with you guys, I'm not gonna be part of round 1. I'm hoping that I'll be either round 2 or 3 if I decide to actually get this NFT, but I don't know, to be honest, unless, like, look at this chart. I think once they announced this news, this April 1st, I think once everybody got a hold of this news, this happened, right? Like before it was like doing a downtrend, of course, because the emissions of the project, it's natural to see that happen. And then again, Crystal Veil launched for DeFi Kingdoms, and that's taken a lot of the spotlight out of this project. But my God, that is not good. Okay, 32%. All right, anyways, let me rush through with this. So round 3 will be similar to the previous phases. It will have a lower locked. Again, it says lower locked. It doesn't have any number. It says, but higher price per mint. So it'll be higher than 200 DeFira, round 3, which sucks. So basically, as time goes by, so I think essentially, if for some reason you're watching this video and you're in this category, you're getting this for 0 DeFira. So worst case scenario, as long as they don't put some kind of like, oh, you can't sell right off the bat, you're basically guaranteed to have a $1,600, $1,600 asset at the current DeFira value of $8. So per hero you meant. So if you got 2, that's 16 times or 15 times 2, which is 3K, or 16 times 2, which is 3,200. Sorry, 1,600. That's what I'm saying by 16. Okay. Anyways, it's going to be higher. So as time goes by, you're actually increasing the price. So these will probably be maybe a good turnover if you decide to sell this. But I think at this point, if you're going to invest that much into this project, again, a project that has a small team, a project that doesn't have as great marketing, a project that doesn't have as many people following it, this is a riskier play. Okay. Okay, round 4. Round 4 will be an open mint. Okay, so this is public. So round 4 will probably be like where everyone who didn't lock their trank, because, you know, if you know me long enough, my most favorite phrase is liquidity is king when it comes to crypto. Okay. So anyways, round 4 will be an open mint with no lock trank requirements. The price per mint will be even higher than the round 3, higher than round 2. And based on the demand and reception in the previous rounds. So that means if the demand increases in this round, so this is also another thing to note, there's a limit on this one for how many heroes you can mint, but there's not a limit on round 2, and there's not a limit on round 3. And also the reason why, like, my assumption is this could vary in price depending on demand and reception in the previous round again. So like, that's a big player, or this could drop potentially. I don't know. That's my assumption. So anyways, it's going to be higher, and based on the demand and reception in the previous rounds, for this round, we may move to another system like an auction or incremental mint cost model. This sucks. Oh my gosh. They're basically gouging you for money right now, in my opinion. And I know I'm speaking negatively about this project. I really do like this project a lot. It made me good money. It is still making me technically good money, but for not having any, like, for having a fully de-risked portfolio or position in here. But I don't know. I don't like this. I've seen other projects do things like this in the past, and it is not wise, in my opinion. And it could still do well, but because there's some YouTubers that I follow and subscribe to that are following this project, but they kind of are sharing a similar sentiment to me. So it's something to keep in mind. Round 5. In the final round, the remaining Genesis heroes will be randomly distributed in a lottery for all locked trank stakers who did not manage to mint. Wow, I'm struggling here. Who did not manage to mint a Genesis hero in the previous rounds. This basically means that they're going to give you the ability, if you still haven't purchased an NFT by this point, and if they're still available for Harmonia, which is the Harmony blockchain DeFira version, then you might be one of the lucky few who gets randomly selected to mint a Genesis hero. But again, this is probably not going to be free. So the probability of winning a hero is weighted by the amount of locked trank that is staked. So again, they're favoring people who have higher dollars invested into this project. And there will be 200 heroes distributed in this round. So again, kind of like round one, they're limiting you here. It says in total, 1,900 heroes would be available to mint in all 5 rounds. The remaining 100 heroes would be reserved for other people, blah, blah, blah. And then it says this, this is where the money is going. Like, again, I told you this for a reason. I know what I'm talking about. I do my research. I've been invested in quite a handful of projects over the years. And something to keep in note, of the proceeds of the mint, 80% will go to the treasury. So 80% of the money you're investing into purchasing a NFT, a Gen 0 hero, is going to the treasury, and 20% to the team. So 100% is going back to the project. Again, that's assumed, but 80% going to treasury and 20% to the team. This is basically all going to the team. And it says the team will not receive an allocation of Gen 0 heroes, Genesis heroes. That makes sense. Why would they want that? Just to be honest, you know? And it says our estimated timeline for launching the Genesis Mint event is within 1 month. So 1 month of April 1st. So I'm going to say May 1st, you know? And we will have utility for your new Genesis heroes at launch. So immediately, as soon as it launches, there's going to be utility immediately available, allegedly, according to this. So, and then they got this cool little graphic thingamajigger. And yeah, that's it. That's really it. Again, I am not happy with this at all. I wish I could pull this up. No, I'm not gonna pull this up now. My next video is actually gonna be on DeFi Kingdoms and their specifically Crystal Veil's heroes and also Crystal Veil's LPs because they released, but stay tuned for that. But I'm not really happy with this, guys. I don't think it's not about being fair because life isn't fair, and I like to live in reality and based off of probabilities, not possibilities. But yeah, this is really not my favorite launch for NFTs that I've seen. And again, I've been involved with NFTs for quite a bit. Not me personally, always investing in them. I have invested in some over or a handful of some over the past year or so. But I have a bunch of friends who are really some NFT whales who are really invested in these projects, and that's something to keep in note. So again, this is kind of a bummer to me, and I am very disappointed in this launch. And I do hope things change. I do hope the community is able to get involved with the next AMA because that's where they're going to be talking more details about it. And I do hope we can somehow bring this down or bring down the cost of a Gen 0 hero. And I know it's going to be the most coveted hero. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. I played DeFi Kingdoms, or not invested in DeFi Kingdoms, Serendale, and now I'm investing in DeFi Kingdoms Crystal Veil. But yeah, this is a new project. There's a lot of unknowns. And yeah, I'm not happy. So you're hearing my true sentiment here. Removing my personal bias and sentiment around it, which I'm giving you my sentiment just so you guys know where I stand with it. I'm not trying to FUD people out of this project. I still think if you're just doing it more for the DeFi side, there's a crazy amount of opportunity to make. I guess one thing, actually, let me touch on this. But something to note when you're doing the DeFi is I always warn my people that I teach and stuff. So something to keep a note, like with this specific mechanism that they have for the LP pools, which is similar to DeFi Kingdoms, majority. So this is 1,256%, right? APR. Out of that, 1,091% is locked FIRA, sealed FIRA is what it's called. So that's something to keep in mind. So you're really earning more of that. You are earning 155.9% of unlocked FIRA, so that's cool. And then you're unlocking, 8.881% of Trank. So again, this is something to keep in mind. Never blindly get distracted and blinded by these numbers. They're really not as crazy as you think. And yeah, aside from that, okay, removing my bias aside, I think DeFira is a great opportunity if you're just looking to get the FIRA token. If you personally believe in this project and think it's, and I say believe because you kind of have to have belief with this, make sure you apply good risk management. Make sure you don't invest into this project more than you're comfortable losing. And again, none of this is financial advice. So, at the end of the day, you're the one who's personally responsible for clicking the green button, but I'm giving you my personal sentiment. My personal sentiment is this is not looking good for the project in the long haul. And I could be wrong. I have been wrong in the past. And I'm perfectly okay with being wrong in this case, because I really do want this project to come to fruition and be successful. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for attending this video. It is me, Joe, the DeFi Crypto King, aka DCK. And make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel. We are growing, and actually I wanted to show you guys this. This is my channel right here, DeFi Crypto King. We currently have 49 subscribers. I'd love to hit 100 by the end of April, if not by mid-April. And we're doing pretty good on these videos here, so nothing too crazy. Obviously, I was off to a rough start, but I'm getting better. I'm getting more refined, and we will continue growing. But again, if you really like this video, please comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, love to hear your opinions, love to hear what your sentiment is. If you share a different sentiment than me, I'd love to hear it. I'd love for someone to sell me on the idea of why I'm wrong about my very bearish sentiment right now in this project. So that being said, peace.